Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. My name is Naili Safitri. So today I'm going to presenting the mid-examination from Mr. Hadi about our material. So the first meeting we talk about introduction to sociolinguistic. Sociolinguistic is study of relationship between language and society. Next, why social linguistics so important in study of language? This is about the communication and interaction. Um, First, linguistic can be used in communicating or interacting. And second, social linguistics provides learning in communicating by showing language. And also, sociolinguistic studies variety of languages or style of language. Okay, next. Okay, the second meeting is about what is social linguistic again. Social linguistic is a study of the relationship between a language and society. Same like the first meeting. Usually related to how to interact with others. In my opinion, social linguistic can affect how a person behaves, culture, as well as the social conditions around them. For example, like Indonesian people more more friendly than other peoples. Next, okay. The second is sociolinguistic study of literacy language. The first is about sociolinguistic. Sociolinguistic is a descriptive study of the effect and all aspect of society, including culture norms, expectation, and context. The way languages is used and society's effect on language. The second one is being bilingualism. Bilingualism is the ability of an individual or the members of a community to use two languages effectively. For example, the Canadian society, which acknowledge and use French and English, assign function to the languages. It uses both French and English as official languages and languages of interaction. And the third is about diglossia. Diglossia is a situation in which two distinct varieties of language are spoken within the same speech community. For example, in New York City, where many members of Hispanic community speak both Spanish and English. Next. The third meeting is about English as an international language. The use as English as an international language is based on the history of British colonialism. Uh, England, which has the largest colony, effect and expansion of the language spoken by the colonized nation. Okay, next. Okay. Like Braj make concentric circle of English theory. The first is about inner circle. The second is outer circle and expanding circle. Inner circle is made up the traditional basis of English, and its spoken are the ones in charge of providing norms. The outer circle represent the place where they speak officially non-effective varieties of English because of their colonial history. The expanding circle is made up by Igbo speakers where English is not usually spoken. For inner circle it means for first language like USA, United Kingdom, and Canada. For outer circle, it like our second language is like Malaysia, India, and expanding circle it's like a foreign language like China, Brazil, and Indonesia. Next, um, the formatting we have six subfield. The first is imagine computers as incentives for English learning. It means incentive means our action that create a motivation and mass this hammer uh, or in traditionally incentive is action to making up motivation like the example the Korean moms wants to their son or daughter to go to have a private courses because they wants to their child their children be a part of the world. A lot of benefit of incentive, study abroad, being able to business with foreign companies, and also English can be the one reason why the people have the good salary in their job. So the second one is the role of identity in language. Um, it's about language learning in the past and nowadays. This describes the needs of language learning in ancient times and today for as a second language. Um, for past language as used for research or for analysis. For today, languages is like one of strangest for work, for school, and maybe for the lingua franca, like language interaction. This is have a weakness like a bad view of native speakers towards a second language learners. And the third is technology and language learning. It's how technology can be benefit of student. By G. and Devi, an Indian linguist, emphasizes the way technology hires communication and changes the language and culture of a group. Fitzgerald sees technology as a way to benefit relationship and communication. How does technology and language learning support students? The first is technology increases student opportunities to enthusiastic interactions with native speaker and other language learners. Second one is learn with technology more flexible. Incrementality of access and English learning. It's like any parents send their children to go to international school because from an early age because they think that can be the benefit of of capital income for the future. It's also have negative impacts like um, it encourages the separate economics in learning English. The a tendency of ordering in AL pedagogy is like how the teacher teaching the student use the variations of English language for the implications of on the pedagogy to teach it. It likes a pedagogy in teaching can be referred as an educator's understanding to how student learned. So the teacher can just focus the for the syllabus that relevant with what students need. Okay, next is about language and socialization. Language socialization is the study of socialization of language and socialization through language. It encompasses both a theoretical approach and a method for studying human development in culture contexts. Okay, next is a language and identity. I'm so sorry for the typo on the end. Okay, languages symbolize identities and are used to signal identities by those who speak them. People are also categorized by other people according to the language they speak. Right. People belong to many social groups and how many social identities. And for example, Jake was born in and raised in Canada. His language is French and language and English. So the language is his identity. Okay, so next is about language and culture. Language is used by its user to convey and at the same time to accommodate all these aspects of culture, whereas one of the elements of culture is a system of symbols known as a language. This is also in the sense that culture includes rules, norms, thought, attitudes, and manners. Um, and next, language is culture, and culture is language. Language is language and culture have a complex, homologous relationship. Language is complexly inter intertwined have with culture. They have evolved together, influencing one another in the process, ultimately shaping what it means to be human. Um, for language and culture, example, it's like North American Indians of the Great Plains possess many of the same or very similar culture characteristic, but their languages belong to at least six different languages families. The opposite may also hold true. Estonians and Lapps speak related languages. Both belong to the Finnic branch of the Finno-Ugric subfamily of the Uralic family of languages, but their cultures are quite um, different. So that's all I could say. I'm so sorry for my mini mistake on my words. Thanks a lot for Mr. Hadi that um, teaches us. Thanks a lot. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.